Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, I am Judy Quarles, and this is
Marvin Quarles.
And we come to you with patio, coffee and conversation. We don't have coffee right now. We have drank the coffee already.
That's right.
But we're on the what? On the patio.
And we're having conversation.
And we're having conversation. That's right.
Today's conversation
is about forgiveness.
And Mother's Day.
And Mother's Day. We know that Mother's Day is coming on Sunday. And I want to talk about those things that our mothers deposited in us that are life lessons, which means those things that she taught us a long time ago, but they are still so useful and so relevant in our lives today. You know, those things that are just really helps govern our lives. And one of those things for me, well, two of those things is, I always say this, I thank my mom for introducing me to Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Woo! The best person she ever introduced me to. Amen. And then the other thing is, she taught me about forgiveness.
Okay.
She taught me about forgiving and how crucial and how important that forgiveness is. Because unforgiveness causes strongholds in your life.
That's right.
Right? Unforgiveness causes uncomfortable situations. Unforgiveness can stop you from going to your next phase in life. God is not pleased with unforgiveness. As a matter of fact, what he said in his word, he said, if you don't forgive, he won't forgive us.
That's right.
And I always say, I've done too much. And I want him to forgive me. Right? I want him to forgive me. I don't want myself to be hanging all out there.
Yeah.
But forgiveness is so crucial. And it causes us, you know, a lot of times we hold on to grudges. We hold on to stuff that happened in 1975 and 1980. And those things filter into our lives and causes us not to really live the life that God promised us to live.
When you think about it, unforgiveness, when you're holding a grudge against someone, it stays with you.
Yeah.
And so why do you want to clog your spirit and your mind with something that has happened? Maybe someone did do you wrong, or something happened that caused you to have ill feelings to someone. But to carry those ill feelings around with you day to day, all of your life, you know, you're cheating yourself out of a special part of life because you're holding on to something that's creating conflict in your life. And guess what? It's your life only.
It's your life. That's
if you let it go, seek forgiveness and go about your business. But anyway, God is going to hold you accountable for what you do.
That's right.
Versus for what the other person did. It's your response to that thing that person did to you.
Yeah.
And to seek forgiveness is the way to relieve yourself of that burden.
Right.
Because it is unforgiveness is a burden.
It's a burden. It's a stronghold. You can't go forward. It's all of that. And you know, I always say, in order to get healed, in order to get free, you got to lay aside weight. And that's what the scripture says. Lay aside any weight and any sin that easily beset us. And it doesn't matter if you're wrong, if you're right.
That's right.
If whatever. God don't hold us accountable for all of that. He holds us accountable for how we respond.
That's right.
To the wrong or to the right. He holds us responsible for that.
That's right. An example, if I did something to you and I offended you, I should come to you and ask for forgiveness.
Right.
You really have a responsibility to accept that apology.
Right.
You know, so that you'll be free of it and I'll be free
but
of it.
But guess what? This other part of that, if I don't accept the apology, then you're still free.
I'm still free.
You're free.
I'm still free.
Yeah.
I did my part.
He got free. Yeah.
I tried.
Right.
I can't worry about it no more.
Right. And that's exactly what my mom taught me. We didn't have my dad, I say that my definition of a dad was not the dad that I had. But she taught us so much in who he was that she taught us to forgive. You can't hold on to that. You got to let that go. And she let go of a lot of things that I say was his fault. I thought, was his fault. But she made sure that we didn't hold on to stuff and we didn't get in the middle and that we were free to have a relationship with him. And so I just think that was so crucial in the way that she lived that forgiveness.
All right. I guess my question is, where do you stand on forgiveness and unforgiveness? Are you willing to forgive someone if someone offends you? And if you offend someone, are you willing to ask for forgiveness?
Right.
And and that's a question for each of us. You know, am I willing to forgive if someone offend me? And am I willing to ask for forgiveness?
Right, right.
You know, that's so important. But now, let's roll on.
Okay, let's roll on.
Because that's the questions for anybody that watch this today. Are you willing to forgive?
Are you willing to forgive? And you know, we're talking about Mother's Day, so you got to talk about that thing that your mom taught you. I know I done took up a lot of time, but go ahead.
Yeah, he did. But anyway, what my mom taught me and my family is to love your family. Is to love. I mean, she always preached, love one another. Take care of one another. Watch out for one another. You know, it's important, you know, that Christ is in our lives, because that same thing my mother taught us, I saw it in my grandmother's. Because every Mother's Day, family would gather at the mother's home.
That's right.
You know, when my grandmother was living, Mother's Day and Christmas and Thanksgiving, those were times that we gathered at my grandmother's house. Now, sometimes